One of the things I miss most at the moment is going out and seeing live comedians perform. It's incredible. So I'm really excited that we have one performing for us here tonight. You can follow her at The Real Lucy Best. You're in for a real treat, some live comedy. How exciting is that? Please put your hands together and welcome Lucy Best! Hello.
Thank you so much. Hi, I'm Lucy Best. I'm English. I've lived here a long time. But even though I've lived here a long time, I don't feel like I'm qualified to use Australian terms. Like where I come from, I might say to someone, I understand what you're saying, but I don't entirely agree with you. But Australians say, yeah, nah. Or like I might say to someone, the situation you're describing is definitely a bad one and you're correct to describe it that way. Whereas an Australian would say, nah, yeah. Or if I wanted to demonstrate that I was actively listening, I might say, I understand what you're saying. I've given it some thought, but I still don't agree with you. But an Australian would say, yeah, nah. It's so efficient. It can be confusing, though. Like, we use the same words, but for different things. Like, we call singlets vests, we call undies pants, we call pants trousers, and we call vests waistcoats. Which means it's very different. If an English person says, I accidentally went out in nothing but my pants and vest, it's very different to an Australian person saying, I accidentally went out in nothing but my pants and vest. Not just the accent, because one is embarrassing, and the other is, frankly, quite dapper. We have different wildlife here too. Like here in Australia, we have like poisonous snakes and poisonous spiders and sharks. But the most scary wildlife in England is a badger. Honestly, though, you should see them at night. We have different birds too, and I find I attribute like personality types to birds. And growing up in London, I used to see sparrows. So when I see sparrows here in Melbourne, I think they're like cheeky Cockney geezers. They're like sitting on the fence going, eating seeds, it's a mug's game, innit? Leave it out, Terry, you're in enough trouble. Sparrows probably don't have deep voices like that, do they? And then we've got like the parrots, the rainbow lorikeets, the galahs, the cockatoos, and they're all so magnificent to look at, but then they open their mouth and they just squawk. And I think that's how a lot of English people see your stereotypical Anglo-Aussie Sheila. She's like tall and blonde and athletic and tanned. And then she opens her mouth and goes, you can't talk to me like that, I'm beautiful. And then you've got crows, and they're not the same as crows in England. The crows in Australia are so Australian that they just sit on my back fence and go, yeah, nah.
Lucy Best, ladies and gentlemen! You can follow Lucy at The Real Best, Real Lucy Best. Please thank our guest, Boo Seeker, comedian, of course, Lucy Best, and Gamble Bro. We'll be back next week with Peking Duck and Yoga's frontman, Ruben Stiles. Until then, look after yourselves and one another. I'm Ben Murphy. Good night! Lucy, ladies and gentlemen! Yeah.